Guys, I'm actually cooked. I'm cooked, guys. I just realized the date. I was like, I haven't done anything productive in the last 2 weeks. So I check and it's the 7th of July already into 3 p.m. And I realized I have something coming up. What is it? Right. It's my it's my English test that I have to do for university that's happening in 5 days. I decided, you know what, I'm actually gonna lock in because I have to, and also because I made a video and I was like, I promise I'm gonna keep you guys updated, so I'm gonna do that. So come along with me. I'm gonna also use this camera here instead of my computer so I can actually use it. The computer, I mean. Also, just a preface for anyone that's new to my channel, my first language is English, so I don't know why I'm freaking out so much for this exam, but I am because I kind of want to do well. If you guys don't know, IELTs are graded from band 1 to 9, 9 being the highest. I got this book from a professor, and I've already done the first test. There's 4 tests in here that has like the reading, the listening, writing, speaking. Damn, reading is actually difficult. Everything else I could probably breeze through, but the reading just takes up so much time, and I shouldn't be complaining because other people whose first language isn't English has it harder than me, but I actually need to do that. So I'm gonna finish the last part of the test. Wait, let me show you. Test 1, which is the telepathy. There's 3 reading passages. This is the last one. And then I'm gonna head over to test number 2. And then I'm gonna start using my camera because computer, I don't want to use it no more. I'm on the camera now. I'm gonna show you guys what I have to do. This is the telepathy passage, and then these are the questions, right? You have to take 20 minutes to do this. I don't know if that's too little or too much time. I'm gonna quickly do that. We'll be doing this now. My action plan, okay, I'm gonna walk you through it. I'm gonna read the questions first and see what I need to look for in the passage, and then see how much time that takes. So I'm gonna time myself, actually. I don't like being timed. There's like so much pressure that comes with it, but it's fine. Okay, let's go. This is actually like a lot to read, like, can't even lie. Okay, y'all, so it took me 3 minutes and 21 seconds to actually read the passage. So I'm gonna start actually doing the questions. There's only this many questions, but surprisingly they are very thought-inducing questions, so I'm actually gonna take some time to do it. And I also have to, like, you know, flick back to the actual passage, refer to it, things like that. So it's going to take some time. We'll see how I can do with time management with this passage in particular. So good luck to me. Okay, so I just finished and it took me 8 minutes 40 to complete all the questions. The first part I low-key kind of guessed. This part was just referencing specific areas of the passage, so it wasn't that hard. So I'm just gonna quickly mark it and I'll tell you guys my score. I really hope I did well. So guys, I got 12 out of 14, which is actually not good because I need to be getting full marks. There's actually legit no excuse for me to not get full marks. That's not bad, but I need to be getting full marks. But anyways, now that we're done with the entirety of test 1, we're gonna move on to listening for test 2. Okay, so how does this work? First of all, this is the listening passage. There's going to be, I forgot how many sections there are, but there's the first passage, which was what I just showed you. This is the second listening task. 4th section. Yeah, there's 4 sections. And then we get to reading. Right, so you're probably wondering, what are you exactly listening to? That's a great question. At the very back, there are 2 CDs. This is for the second section of the listening, so this is for test 3 and 4. Test 1 and 2 has a DVD as well. And thankfully, my computer has like a DVD player, so that's how I'm listening to it. Let me actually go try that out right now.
Test 2. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear, and you will have a chance to check your work.
Good morning, Title Insurance. Judy speaking. How may I help you?
I recently shipped my belongings from overseas back to Milpera, near Sydney.
What was the suburb, sorry?
First class movers.
Okay. see. Now, the dates. Do you know when the ship arrived?
It left on the 11th of October and got to Sydney on the 28th of November.
Thanks.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time.
Move on. Okay.
I need to take down a few details of the actual damage over the phone.
The screen has a huge crack in it, so it's unusable.
I see. Any idea of the price to repair it?
No. Well, the back and the sides seem okay, but the door has a huge hole in it. In here in Sydney is a bit more expensive. It's $140.
Right.
Such a good set.
Okay, so that would be around $60 altogether.
Yes, that's right.
And is that all of the...
It's done. Okay, that's the first part. It gets harder as the listening continues. So, like I said, there are 3 other listening tasks that get increasingly harder for this part of the test. I won't show all of them to you guys because it is going to be too time consuming. It's going to be a bit boring to just hear like different tracks. So what I'm going to do is off camera, I'm going to do the 2 ones that are next, and then you guys can hear the last one, which is the hardest one out of all of them. And it's basically like a university lecture where they talk and they paraphrase. So how is it different to the one that you guys just heard? It's not straight from the listening, straight on the page. It's kind of like they're going to say something and the question paraphrases it differently, but it's the same concept. So you kind of have to use not only like contextual clues, but also just have good knowledge of English, synonyms, things like that. So I'll be right back. I will record when I'm done doing that. See you in a bit. Okay, y'all, the time has come. Let's freaking do it. Let's go!
I've been doing some research into what people in Britain think of doctors. I want to talk about the rationale behind what I decided to do, contacting them by email to organize things for me at their end of jobs and for employed women later on. Questionnaires are a very controlled way to do things. Government reforms have been proposed at all levels, but larger key medical units. I had expected some unwillingness to answer questions honestly. Didn't necessarily seem that way to everyone in my own department.
Damn.
The overall picture in order to stay calm.
Okay, guys, that was the last listening thing. It got dark real fast because I kind of procrastinated doing the rest. So I'm going to mark all 4 of the listening questions that I did, and I'll let you guys know my overall score out of 40. So I just did a rundown of all of the sections, 4 sections for test 2, 10 out of 10 for the first section, 10 out of 10 for the second, 10 out of 10 for the third, and 10 out of 10 for the fourth. So I'm very happy. I won't be doing reading after this. I will be doing the speaking just because I've already done the reading and I've showed you guys how I do it. So speaking is next. So this is how the speaking page looks like. So for the first part, newspapers and magazines, they're going to ask you in a very casual conversational manner. So the way that I would go about it for the first question is, which magazines and newspapers do I read? I'd say something like, I'm a huge fan of fashion, and so I tend to gravitate towards reading things about fashion. What kinds of articles are you most interested in? Aside from magazines, I'm very interested in the current politics and issues of the world right now. That means that I like to keep myself updated on any conflicts that are happening around the world because it interests me and fits what I want to do in the future, which is political science. I don't actually want to, but just for the little speaking thing, you can lie a little bit. Have you ever read a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language? When and why? I recently read something actually that was in French, a French newspaper to be exact, and that is because I studied French in the past for my GCSEs, and I want to keep the vocabulary, the grammar, the flow, as well as building on what I already know. Do you think reading a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language is a good way to learn the language? Why not? This is kind of just what you think. You can say something like, I do think that it's a great resource to have when you want to improve your language of a language that you already know, but I do not suggest, I do not advise for you to use newspapers or any articles to learn a language, because the language that they provide in these articles are too technical for a beginner to understand or to adapt to or inherit just yet. Part 2, it says talk for 1 to 2 minutes, but the examiner said that you can't get higher than a band 5 if you talk for less than 2 minutes. So please just keep talking away. Honestly, don't lie about this. Just think about some place that you really like going to and just go with that story. Don't try and lie, because it's a little bit harder to lie and talk about it for 2 minutes. And if you run out of ideas, someone told me, well, the examiner, if you don't know what else to say, just describe the place. What does the restaurant look like? What's the ambience like? How are the staff there? Things like that. How did it make you feel? Why you chose this restaurant? Why did you? Is it your favorite? Is the food great? Do you like that particular cuisine? What type of food you ate in this restaurant? Explain why you enjoyed eating in the restaurant. That's really up to you. Now, part 3 discusses more complex questions and ideas, and this is for the higher bands of the IELTs. So things like, why do you think people go to restaurants when they want to celebrate something? Well, when I think of this question, I think people go to restaurants because it has the proper ambience for a large group of people. It's an open space, and I think that food is directly correlated to sentiment. And so I think food brings people together, and I think that's why it's such a good social setting for parties or get-togethers. Which are more popular in your country, fast food restaurants or traditional restaurants? You can refer back to, that's more of a personal question. I would say that fast food restaurants are a little bit more popular. That's because it's easy to create branches of fast food chains, rather than, it's a lot more affordable most of the time to go to a fast food restaurant rather than to an established restaurant. Some people say that food in an expensive restaurant is always better than food in a cheap restaurant. Would you agree? That's also opinion-based. I don't always agree, because a lot of restaurants tend to upprice a lot of their food, even using basic or lower quality ingredients, just because there is a brand attached to it. But you can also debate that it is better most of the time because it has a name to it. That name has to be maintained, so like that reputation, and so they will use higher quality ingredients most of the time, and so that results in better quality food in the end. When you're put on the spot, there are a few topics that are reoccurring with the IELTS or just any kind of speaking exam for any language, and that's usually personal stuff, your family, your job, your school life, what you like to do, your hobbies, your habits, restaurants, traveling. That's always usually what they ask about. I'm gonna prepare for it like that. That's all I did for my IELTS studying today. I also have to study for my physics placement test, and I just remembered that. But thank you guys for watching. I know this is a little bit boring, especially that last part. I'm editing it right now, and I'm like, damn, I yapped for 5 whole minutes. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for huge growth in subscribers, 1K. 300 subscribers in a day is crazy. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I will be trying to post as many videos as I can after this. Thank you guys. I love you. Mwah.